Hello everybody, how's it going? I am back with, let's say, a new type of video. It's a top 5 video of sorts. About virtual reality, because of course we're in virtual reality. Right now I'm in NVIDIA's Funhouse. It's kind of a cool game, but today we won't be focusing on games. We will be focusing on the top 5 non-gaming uses for VR, and all these are actually going to be free programs that I found on the internet. I'll provide links in the description or whatever. Gaming is pretty fun in VR, first of all. You know, I can't really talk and focus on throwing stuff at the same time, but, you know, it's cool. And there's nothing wrong with gaming in VR, but there's a lot more for VR rather than just gaming. Almost just hit a wire there, but let's go ahead and get to the countdown. But before we get started, I'll let y'all criticize my ghetto setup.
Alright, before we get started, I just want to get a couple things straight before we begin. This is my setup. May not look like much, but there's a lot more to it. It is very ghetto. As you can see, I have my PC right here with OBS running, and I have a wire running across from that. And there you can see my web camera, and then you can see my Rift right here. And when you look back at my webcam, there's my laptop. You can see that I have my drone case, a PlayStation 3 box, another PS3 box, my drone box, the case that came with the Rift, my webcam, a GameCube, a Wii Mini, then the camera. It sits about 6'4" in the air. Let's see, I'm about 5'11", so yeah, probably 6'3", 6'4" in the air. The other side, we have my petty bag in case I break light bulbs, because glass goes in that bag when I break light bulbs. It has happened. If you can look, you probably can't see it, but here we have 4 fully functional PlayStation 2 systems, 3 fully functional NES, 1 Wii box with a fully functional Wii in it, and the sensor. In the end, I really don't have a lot of playing space. Even if I cleared this area up, like cleared, I don't know, the shoes or something, I still don't have enough because of tracking. I think it's because how my cameras look. But with that being said, let's get to the fun stuff, shall we?
Okay, now that you know what my setup looks like, let's go ahead and get started with number 5. 5. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, leading off our countdown, we have 360 video viewing. I feel it has a lot of potential. Actually trying to load this up, I think my computer blue screen twice trying to do it. Nowhere stable at all. Like, YouTube has 360 videos. I guess that's meant strictly for mobile viewing, because I actually have to download a program and I have to download the actual video because streaming it really didn't work. But it's also one of the least immersive. It kind of doesn't look right because you're kind of like in a sphere and the video's playing around you. I'm not really a big fan of it, but it has improvement. For example, if you had 3D 360 video, you would feel a lot more involved in it. Even if you were just stationary and you couldn't move around like this. You know, I'm moving my head, but I'm not even moving. It's kind of weird. The quality on it too, I mean, let me go ahead and play it. This is supposed to be a 4K video. Is it even playing? Okay. I mean, again, if you had 3D in this, it would, like right now, I don't think I'm in my bed right now. It doesn't even, like, I feel like I'm actually a very small person. I feel like I'm actually a very small person right now. Let's see if I can. Okay, I paused it. I don't know what I did, but I paused it. Oh, no, never mind. It glitched out. See what I mean? Yeah, you just doesn't look right like this. You know, it doesn't look immersive at all. Um, Again, room for improvement. Nothing much more to say. It's not really great. Moving on to number 4. Okay, now moving on to number 4 on the list, we have the ability to use your VR headset as like a imaginary theater screen. You can do this through Steam VR by simply going and you point your controller at, you press the home button. Okay, moving on to number 4, we have the ability to use your VR headset as a theater screen for your desktop. And you can do that just by going to SteamVR, pressing the home button on your controller, and clicking on desktop. Oh, excuse me. And it should be able to give you a full screen view of your desktop. Not necessarily a very crisp thing, something you're gonna have to get used to. Not really the most crisp view, but it's pretty cool having it big. And you can go, for example, make it big. Let's say you want to go ahead and I did this. See, this is actually my second time recording because the first time it crashed because of the second part. Uh, okay, YouTube. Now let's say I want to go on my channel and I want to watch some football. I'm gonna mute the audio or whatever. I'm gonna run it. Um, but yeah, you can go ahead and view YouTube like this. Yeah, we can go ahead. Whoop. Look at this. Old videos, ad right here. But yeah, you can kind of use it as a theater screen, sort of. There's not really a lot of latency, lag, delay whatsoever. Um, and it's only if they could do something like this for PS3. I would love to play this game that I'm playing right now, NCAA 14. With a big screen like this, that'd be pretty cool. What else I have to say? Oh yeah, let's go to the second part about it. So the desktop part's pretty cool, where you can actually view your desktop, which this is pretty awesome, especially if you have a small monitor, and if you're actually sitting on a desk and you have somewhere to set it, not on like a chair like I have. But let's go ahead and exit this window out, and we're gonna go grab my Steam controller, or not my Steam controller, my touch controller, and we're gonna go to Steam, and we're going to go to library. And something really cool is that you don't have to play VR games while in VR. You can actually load up normal games. For example, how about oop, uh okay, now we're at number 3. Number 3, I decided to associate a game. You can't see my little fingers, but it's a game, sort of. It's classified as a game for the Rift. It's called Medium. It's one of the free games you got if you ordered the touch controllers. But the main topic of it is art. As you can see, art and sculpting. We have this right here, a ball, an orb. But what we can do to it is we can go ahead and kind of see if I can close myself in here. You can go ahead and model stuff. You have a lot of tools like smudge tool. We actually have to be touching it. Kind of like pull out and make extremities of it. The slower the better with this tool. And you do quick it. See, it kind of does like spikes almost. Let's see. We have the flatten tool, which is kind of like a grinder. So it kind of goes in it, makes a big flat hole in there. It's kind of cool. You can go ahead. Best part is you can go and you can just steadily grind away. Drill a hole almost. Drill a hole in your beautiful model. But you can make kind of whatever you want. I'm so proud of what I made earlier. Let's see if it'll let me load. You can actually load stuff. See, load last. Let's see. Oh, it has it. Okay. Here I made a blue play button, you know, that is given to you by YouTube whenever you reach 900 subscribers, of course. But I didn't get it, so I decided to make it in here. We have our blue play button. You know, I could just go ahead and just get rid of it all by flattening it. I don't know. I flattened it. I flattened it beyond comprehension. And I can go ahead and, like, let's say, ooh, we have a little imperfection right here. No. Let's take care of that real quick. And wazam. Look at this. Look at this beautiful play button. But yeah, for artists, it's pretty cool. So it's kind of cool, kind of like a game and a destruction tool and artistic tool as well. But I think I've talked too much on this. Let's go ahead and go to number 2. Okay, moving on to number 2 on my list. We have what I say is something, one of the most very impressive tools I had used, Google Earth VR. It's free on Steam. I mean, if you have a VR headset, I know you're gonna have Steam. So what it is, it's like Google Earth, where you can go and view like your house and whatever, but it has support for the areas that are like 3D, like big landmarks and stuff, to where you can actually go and almost like sit yourself down in it. Now, I like doing this one while sitting down. It kind of makes me feel like I'm on, like, if you ever been to Disney World, the Soarin' ride kind of reminds me of that a lot. But as you can see, it says it's nighttime right now in the States, but we can change that. Where's our good old friend the sun? It's daytime now in US. Okay. So for example, you know, if I wanted to go ahead and fly in Louisiana, let's see. Let it load up a little bit. Let's go to Baton Rouge. And let's look for... Oh, my headset's pretty jittery right now. That's because I have other sensor behind me. Let's look for Louisiana State University and Tiger Stadium. Let's drop on down in here. Okay. Drop on down pretty low, and is it? I'm here in Tiger Stadium. I mean, you use the grip buttons to turn around, and saying that I was here once. Where did I sit? I was about right here, but being that I was actually here once, this is accurate. This is life size. I mean, there is no other way I can put it. It's pretty impressive, actually. You know, it's not, you know, not spot on, because I mean, I don't think this was here when I went, or the chairs were like flat and smooth or whatever, but it gives you a pretty nice idea of kind of what these big stadiums are. Like, if you've never got the chance to be in like a college football stadium, it's actually pretty cool. Of course, Death Valley is amazing. Let's go ahead and get back up here, and let's say I wanted to go to Alex Box. Let's go ahead and zoom in over there, and all I got to do is click my stick. Now, I am using something called Fake Vive because Google Earth VR only supports HTC Vive, and it'll give you an error if you try using Oculus and Touch. But as you can see, it's perfectly fine with Touch, if not, probably better. So let's go ahead and zoom down a little bit more, and let's go ahead and sit in the stands. Oh my goodness, I wasn't supposed to be here. Okay. Now, let's watch baseball game. Again, this would really be cool if they had, like, you know, VR sporting events to where they had kind of like a 360 3D camera setup, and you could actually, you know, pick a seat. They'll have a seat set out where you pay kind of to get in, but it's kind of no different from actually being there, besides being able to walk around and probably a 2-hour drive from my house to get in Baton Rouge. But I mean, come on, this is it. I mean, this doesn't look that bad if you ask me. Not only that, if I wanted to, let's see. I wonder if I can go to Disney World from here. Disney World, there we go. Alright, let's go. Now, this is going to be pretty cool. I've been to Disney World a few times, and just go ahead and drop down. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not even done rendering, and I can tell that this is pretty darn close to Disney World. And I shouldn't be standing here. It's like Disney World, but with no people everywhere. It's weird. See if I can find my way. See if I can go to Space Mountain. Aha! I bet you never went from the castle to Space Mountain that fast. Yeah, this is not Future World. This is floating Star Fox R-Wing looking world. But I can tell that is... I think that's where you come out from Space Mountain, is it? Yeah, because that's Space Mountain over there. So that's where you come out. But who needs a trip to Orlando where you have to go to Disney World and spend a whole bunch of money whenever you can just do Google Earth VR and you're here? Just without the rides. But let's see. And who needs Park Hopper? Whenever you can just shoot straight up, look around, and... Oh yeah, the Speedway. Yeah. Let's go down on this Speedway if we can. Oh, come on. Yeah, we're on a racing track. Just with no cars, and that's what makes it ever so amazing. Alright. I think enough of that. So number 2. Google Earth VR. View the world from your seat. And let's see. I can go wherever. I can spin the Earth. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and see what number 1 is. Okay, y'all, we reached it. Number 1, the number 1 non-gaming use for virtual reality. And here I have in front of you this table. Well, actually, there's more to this table. As you can see, there's a little bitty thing on this table, and that is actually a house plan, and not just any house plan. It's the house plan for a new house that my dad's about to start building. All he has is the blueprint. This is actually going to be my family's new house. My dad builds houses for a living, and actually he said this is probably going to be the last house he's going to build, and he wants to kind of go all out with it. But it's kind of, I would have to say that this number 1 is about interior design / floor plan / furniture. Well, that's interior design, kind of like blueprints, construction. But I've been working with my dad with this. He gave me the blueprint, and with it, I actually made it all in SketchUp, used some free models, and put a shower, sink, kind of put all the furniture around in it. And kind of this, we actually kind of got bed, desk placement. This is actually going to be my VR space in the new house. And no, we won't have white floors. This is far from complete. But this is something I've been working on a while, and still not even close to finish. I haven't even done all the molding on the bottom, the crown molding. I mean, we haven't done much of it. I don't even have the kitchen counter. This is supposed to be the kitchen, but it's very useful. He actually said that we found this just randomly. He wants a table kind of like this in the dining room. So it kind of helps us make those important decisions, kind of like what kind of furniture we're going to put. And another thing was this TV. We have a sofa here. I've kind of thought about a sectional. I thought it was cool putting a sectional. But But more of all, the program that I'm using is something called Prospect, and allows you to import OBJ and not Odell Beckham Jr., but object files like 3D models and SketchUp files. And this is like all to scale. Let me go in my room because it's the only room I actually have completed with ceilings. We actually have 9-foot ceilings in here, but we're actually going to go with 10-foot ceilings. And okay, well, the thing's called Prospect, and it allows you to import these files and view them to scale. Another thing, this TV. TV's kind of small. We found it's a 55-inch TV, but maybe we could benefit if we put a 65. And we kind of do another cool thing about this program. It allows you to mark up stuff. Okay, let me go ahead and do this, and we wanted to do a little entertainment center. Not say much of a extravagant one like we have now, but a little modernized one. Maybe one that does this. And then we could probably stick a few things in it, and then put a big TV there. So again, it's really cool. I think that this could be a use for VR alone rather than gaming. Because I mean, when you're doing construction, you don't really know what it is. You can draw everything to scale as you want, but you'll never really know what it's like until you have it built and you're actually in the room. But this gives you almost, again, it's to exact scale. I mean, look, I'm on the ground. It's on the ground. This is probably I'm probably an inch or two shorter because of my camera placement for tracking and all, but this is what it would be like when you're in the new house. So it's actually very useful. Again, I'm repeating everything because it's one of the best uses that I've had for VR, probably better than gaming. Well, enough of that. Let me just go ahead and say that concludes my top 5 list of the top 9 gaming uses for virtual reality. This is kind of like my first top 5 video. I'm not really about getting in a top 5, but this is something that I wanted to be covered because VR is something that's very important. If you liked it, thumbs up. If you really liked it, subscribe because I'm a tech channel. Who knew? And guess that's it. You agreed? Let me know. You disagreed? Let me know. You got something cool that just came out? Let me know. Other than that, see y'all later. Peace out. Stay classy.